The keys locked in is my decision, and it keep me safe from the world, man, it stay tempting. They all say that I'm stupid, but man, it's my blessing. Life is more than just money, girls, and cars, is it? If you get too high on yourself, then you might miss it. At your lowest point, he'll take you high, and then you'll get it. Man, if God isn't real, then real isn't.
Hey everybody, this is Alexander Newman, and this is The Sound Off. I'm here with my co-host Caleb, and we're coming to bring you some of the weirdest and dumbest news of the week.
Emphasis on dumb.
So I'm from Atlanta, and I am currently a senior at Florida College. It's a small Christian college, and basically my degree here is liberal arts with some parts of Bible and history. And basically a lot of what I'm going to deal with is pop culture and geeky stuff, but I'd also delve a lot into sports.
Yeah, sports. My name is Caleb Spear. I'm all the way out from sunny Southern California. Live right next to Disneyland, an overpriced mouse place. And I am majoring in communications with a minor in Bible here at the same college as Alexander. It's a good time. We've been friends for a few years, and we're about to get rolling. And we'll be starting off, of course, with our shout-outs to those helping us.
Yeah. We have some really cool people who helped put this project together. I want to first shout out our friend John Carter, and his song is the one that's in the intro. And check him out on SoundCloud at Vanilla Seahorse. He's a really good artist and a good friend.
There's a German version coming out, right? He's from Germany.
So. He is Germany. We also have Mara Hamlet, who gave us a big hand with the logo that you're looking at right now. I just pitched some ideas to her, and she went to work, and it was awesome. And I really appreciate her for doing that. And as well, we have a friend named Eldon Windyboy. He's got some pretty sick beats to put down, but he helped me with a lot of the audio and learning about mics and stuff like that, so I appreciate his help with that as well. So the world is a pretty crazy place, so it seems, and we have our segment that is called What in the World? So we're going to talk about things that are going on in the world. We're starting off with the migrant caravan that's coming from South America. Caleb, what are you thinking about this?
Well, it's not good.
No, not at all.
It turns out you can just get a group of people together, be like, we're going to hop on a bunch of vehicles and literally tear down fences and get in brawls with all kinds of authorities. Like, we're getting to America, which shows you how blessed we are here, obviously.
True.
Problem is, you do have a lot of people in need and who really want to be here because I don't want to live in Venezuela.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't want to live there. But there are laws. So how do you think the Trump administration's handled this?
As always, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We do need to have some enforcement on our borders. Those are our laws. That's the president's job, is to protect his people. But at the same time, threatening the army to go down there and face down just a bunch of people,
we're gonna shoot these kids.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not gonna look good. It's not a good photo op. It doesn't look good for the country.
It's also what spurred the whole debate on if you're born on U.S. soil, you're an American citizen.
Birthright citizenship.
Trump and company, they're not a fan of that. And a lot of people are angry over that. But even countries like Australia.
Yeah.
Australia, they're a little more left than America for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And even they're like, that's not a good idea. But this brings up so many different questions and how to handle this. Actually, people think the most upset are ones who came here legally. Yeah.
So that is just the way that things have been lately. We also.
Where are they actually?
I don't even know.
Wait,
yeah.
Where is the caravan?
I just remember they were coming through Mexico's border, right? Their southern border.
9 hours ago. Faced a long day. This is sketchy too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be walking through These people going through Mexico like.
In a big group like that, I guess you feel safe.
Yeah, I guess, but don't walk in the back.
Yeah.
Broken promises at Bux's, Trump rails against caravan. Is there anywhere that tells me where they are? Isla, Mexico?
Yeah, they should get a migrant tracker and just we have a Santa tracker. Come on.
I don't know what's going to happen there. All right, lots of crazy things going on in the world. Number 2, what do we got?
So we had, it's about a week and a half ago now, that We had a synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. Awful accident of just despicable anti-Semitism. It's ridiculous that now in our day and age that we can't even be safe in places that we worship. We're both Christians, so we both go to church every Sunday and stuff like that. And just seeing that there's been multiple shootings at not only places of Christian faith but also Jewish now, and it's awful that we can't even go and worship without feeling that type of safety.
And it's not a political side.
Yeah.
Okay, we had someone who was extremist, was Islamic. They shot up people because of their sexuality. We had someone shoot up Christians in Houston. We had now someone shoot up a synagogue. We had that one guy who was a crazy Bernie dude who shot up the Republicans trying to play soft. So it's not one side where it's people on the left or people on the right. And we criticize Donald Trump a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. He says a lot of dumb things. And the people who are saying this is on Trump, this administration has done a lot for Jewish people and Israel. Ridiculous. You're not going to pin this on Donald Trump.
Yeah. So people just need to have their hearts checked, and that's honestly all we can say about that.
At least everyone on both sides don't want this to happen.
Yeah.
This is not a debate over Planned Parenthood or something of that nature, or the caravan we were just talking about. No one likes having this happen. You've probably seen those commercials, like telling people to go vote. It's like, not one more school, not one more church, whole list. It's depressing. Not even surprising anymore when you see it on your phone. I remember I was after baseball practice, I saw on my phone the shooting that was in Paris years ago. That killed like 150 people, and it stunned. I feel like that was still had shock value. Yeah. And now, I think then and since the Pulse Club shooting, it's really just been like, there's another. Yeah. So I don't. Thank goodness we're not in charge. That'd be stressful. I don't have all the answers on how to fix all these problems. You know, if people just treat each other decently, there you go.
That's it. So we both attend a school in Florida, which means we have firsthand exposure to the weirdness that comes with Florida. We've been a little bit depressing already in this podcast, and it's not going to get a little bit better until later.
Well, we'll start off. Florida's weird if you're not here. If you visited, there's a reason why you just visited. I mean, you go just to the store. It's a field trip. Who knows what you're going to see? I've seen some good car wrecks with a million people jumping out of vehicles. People just apparently anywhere's a crosswalk. Yeah. Not even where there's no cars, but where there's heavy traffic, you can just run across. And the driving here is like NASCAR minus the skill.
Yeah. The worst.
It's just a lot of weird things. So here's our Florida segment. Freaky Florida. What do we got? Florida. Freaky Florida.
So to begin in Central Florida, I believe it's near Seffner, that area. We have
good.
Story.
That's near us.
It's awful.
Terrific.
These middle school girls, 11 and 12 years old.
12.
They were hiding out in a bathroom waiting to kill 15 of their students. Not exactly sure why 15, exactly why that was their magic number. But they had knives and they were going to kill them. And
did they just bring those from home?
Yeah, they just had them. And they were planning on killing the students and like stacking them in their stall and like drinking their blood as an offering to Satan and then killing themselves.
Was an offering to Satan?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was Satan worship, and it's just like,
why?
What? Where are the parents in this situation?
What are they doing? What are they watching? What?
I have no idea. But that's.
I'd assume something bad's going on at home.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the Slenderman case. I think it was Colorado, where they said they were going to kill their friend, stabbed her a bunch of times. She lived, thank goodness, but it was offering to Slenderman. Now, what's weird is they just admitted it. Yeah. They just openly they told authorities, what's going to happen to those kids? Like juvie or like some
they were
intense
arrested.
Therapy.
Yeah, from what the report said, they were arrested. But I can't imagine what do you do with children in this situation. It's awful.
When I was hiding in the bathroom, I was waiting in there to like pull my friend's pants down or something. Like I wasn't. What?
I don't know.
This is just one of those where it's like, what on earth is this? All right, Freaky Florida. That was pretty scary. Yeah. What's Freaky Florida number 2?
On top of that, we have the MAGA bomber. Just political violence on both sides really needs to come to an end, but it's always the extremists who are just so ridiculous about, they worship their political figures as their Lord and Saviors, and it's just embarrassing. We have a story of this man from Florida who sent a bunch of bombs to different Democratic people, Barack Obama, the Clintons. I'm no Democratic fan. I'm not like, I do not enjoy those people, but political violence I will not accept. And to see this dude just embarrassingly try to, off these people, disgusting. But the weirdest part about probably the entire situation was they have pictures of his van.
That's weird.
Yeah, you can go look these up, and it just got Trump stickers on it all over. It's just covering it. It's like,
it's a collector.
He's I guess so. He seriously looks like an absolute maniac. Just crazy person.
I guess it's like the Bernie guy last year with this Trump supporter. Just something's off.
Yeah.
Someone's rocker to do that.
But
Oh, we can lighten up the mood though. Here's another freaky Florida story from. I just Googled up some more weird stories just now. So August of this year, a place called Niceville, I think that's how you say it. So at least that's how it's spelled. There's a call in around 5:30 in the afternoon about a house fire, and they show up. Firemen show up, and the dude who opens the door is totally nude, and it says "I'm sorry" and closes the door. They knock on it again. He opens it and just kind of walks back into the house. I guess he had no idea he was in danger or what was going on. He's lost. Now, when questioning him how the fire started, the man eventually confessed he drank 2 liters of vodka. This guy must be Russian.
yeah.
And he's smoking cannabis, and it started at 9 a.m. I guess he doesn't go to work. And they examined the fire-damaged house, and after investigating, they discovered what went down. Allegedly, the guy wanted to bake some cookies. Use an oven, by the way, to bake.
Yeah.
And instead, he opted to use his George Foreman grill. Michael Scott.
Michael Scotted it. Nice.
He left the grill on. It caught on fire. And he was so out of it, he didn't even care when they just showed up. So, there's Florida.
That is Florida.
We got kids with knives in bathrooms, some radicalized Trump dude trying to bomb the Clintons off the face of the earth, and a guy naked with his house on fire.
Yep. That's how it is down here.
Why Florida?
I don't know. It must be the humidity, or
Does it
just
drive
the heat.
you mad?
Yeah, I guess so.
What?
So, speaking of bombing, going into our next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about Venom.
Wait, how does bombing have to do with Venom?
Well, people thought it was going to bomb, or like critics assumed it was going to bomb. So
Okay.
they just they assumed that.
They were ripping it up.
They really were, and we were
upset.
excited to
I was
see
like,
it.
Yeah, I wanted a good
And-
movie. Venom's cool.
Yeah. So when we went and actually saw it a few weeks ago, it wasn't bad. Like, we were pleasantly surprised.
You know, the only bad part was popcorn costing $100 million. I would have had popcorn if it was decently priced. Can we make that a thing?
Protest that.
Here, Trump, I'll vote for you in 2020 if you make popcorn $2
Yeah.
with free refills.
Yeah. Election day is like tomorrow, so go vote.
Yeah,
for
go vote for popcorn.
Lower popcorn
Yeah.
prices.
Man, so many important. Anyway, that's irrelevant. We saw Venom, and it was pretty good.
It was.
I was entertained. It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hardy, great.
Always amazing.
And you like the Venom relationship?
Yeah, it's so funny because basically all he's trying to do is get him to trust him the entire time, and he's just making fun of him. It's hilarious. It's a really good time. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go see it. If for anything, just Hardy's performance. It's pretty fantastic.
He was good.
Yeah.
The relationship felt genuine. Felt like I was a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the plot and especially the villain, what's your take on the villain there?
The villain is basically generic. It is an opening movie to a series type thing. It's just a plain villain.
This guy,
so.
he looks like, to me, if you've seen The Office, he's Ryan from The Office. If Ryan was Indian,
Yeah.
it's like Kelly's dream. I don't know how many times in this movie I heard him say, "The world is on the brink of collapse." Okay, we got it. Pollution's bad. We need symbiotes to stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were saying they could like fuse together and make us stronger. It was kind of like that Amazing Spider-Man, actually, except there was lizards.
That's true. Yeah.
Similar
yeah.
idea.
But much
Okay.
better than Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
much better.
don't watch that movie. And all you girls who think he's cute and all, great. He's cute, fantastic, not a good movie.
Watch Hacksaw Ridge instead.
Quality film.
Yeah.
Quality film. All right, so I'd give it a B-.
Yeah, I'm about the same, 75 for me.
7.5.
75 out of 100.
All right. More movie news. It's over a year away, but we love it so much. Star Wars, I wish it had just come out now. Because for some reason, Solo was all the way back in May.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I could still be looking forward to seeing Han Solo.
You could.
I'd still be upset about it.
That's true.
I was not happy about the idea of Han Solo.
I was the only one who was excited.
Anyway, episode 9. I didn't like 7 that much. I thought 8 was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want in episode 9?
Definitely Knights of Ren. They've hinted at it. They've poked at it, but now I want them to see them on screen and see how they're going to interact with Kylo. I'm really excited for it, despite the fact that 8 was met with actually a lot of polarization. I think the movie's going to succeed as long as they
It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, you slap
That's
Star Wars
true.
on anything and people are going to pay.
Except Han Solo.
Yeah,
for some
actually,
reason.
no. They got a backlash.
It really did. And it
Yeah,
wasn't a
you bet.
bad movie.
That movie was good. Han Solo was good. Episode 8 had its moments, both great and bad.
Yeah.
But do you want Ben Solo redeemed?
I want Ben Solo redeemed.
If they don't do
Absolutely.
that, I'm out.
Raylo. We all want it. We're rooting for it.
If he's not redeemed, you just took the whole Skywalker saga and you're like, no one cares about Luke and them.
Yeah.
It's just over. But that's forever and a day away.
Yeah.
Literally next December.
We'll talk about it when we know more.
Yeah, that's all we know. Okay. That's enough of nerdy entertainment stuff, which we both enjoy.
Yeah.
Time for Sports Ball Edition.
Sports ball.
Sports Ball.
We love it.
Okay. NFL trade deadline just went down. Newman.
Yeah.
What's your take?
NFL trade deadline is always dumb because everyone just wastes their money and wastes their time because they feel the obligation to stuff something in. As college students, we know how that is.
Sure.
So, we have 2 players going from the Packers. Caleb here is a Packers fan, so feel rough for him.
Yeah. Ty Montgomery. Let me tell you about Ty Montgomery. What are you doing? Why? We traded him for this. Apparently, some people in the locker room were saying he was told to kneel the ball. He gets the ball like midway in the end zone, still runs it out. And everyone in the whole stadium and the whole world knows Aaron Rodgers is going to come out there and lead the Packers to a fat dub. And he fumbles it instead, and that's an L. Rams stayed undefeated till tonight. They took an L tonight.
Oh, well.
Were there any other notable moves in the trade deadline?
So we have Dante Fowler going from Jacksonville out to the Rams, who are
Yeah.
already an all-star squad. They lost tonight in a shootout, so the defense still needs some work, obviously.
Dude, I feel like everyone forgets about Drew Brees.
They do. Drew Brees is he's a baller.
Maybe it's Louisiana.
Perhaps, or just
No one
playing for the
cares
Saints.
about the
Yeah.
Saints. Drew Brees is a great guy.
Great guy.
And a great quarterback.
Yeah.
I wish I would have drafted him first overall instead of oh my word! I can't. I hate Bell. I cannot stand him. I already don't like Pittsburgh. Don't ask our friend, my roommate. He can't stand Pittsburgh. Great line on Pittsburgh. But we'll save him for they give us that line later. He'll be a guest speaker later. But yeah, thanks for ruining my fantasy team, you selfish pig. I mean, that. I feel like it's half of sports now. Entitled people. Hey, at least we're not talking about kneeling anymore.
That is true.
That was so annoying.
Thank goodness.
On all sides, on the players' sides, on Trump's sides. Thank goodness. That was dumb.
Just dumb. It ruined sports last year. But yeah, everything else that happened is just the Giants getting rid of players that they need.
Super Bowl. Who's going?
Super
Make a
Bowl.
prediction right now. Who's going?
Oh man, I really hate to say the Patriots.
They're going.
Yeah, I know, and that's the worst part.
They're
of it.
going. They're
you
going.
Chiefs fans, I feel for you. I'm sorry. Your team looks hot right now. Patrick Mahomes, Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, they look fire right now. Not gonna happen. Every year you guys choke.
Every year.
It
Fake
just
news.
is what it is.
Actual fake news.
So
Get out.
have fun with your 9-6 season.
So from the NFC seems kind of wide open.
It does. the Rams seemed like really overpowered, and then they came against the Saints today and lost. So it's
I know, as much as we wish, because I'm a Packers fan, and
go Bears.
yeah,
Bears
yeah,
fan.
that's a problem between the two of us.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if someone came out of the NFC North.
Yeah, it's too much.
I don't know who's coming out of the NFC. I just feel like the Rams just aren't. I don't know what it is about. Maybe too inexperienced.
Perhaps their defense
no,
really
their
did not
defense-
show up tonight. So I don't know.
You're all gonna kill me for this. I'm saying the Pats win number 6. It's just so hard not to pick them. Pats Saints.
Pats Saints.
Let's see Breeze go, and I'll be cheering super hard.
Absolutely.
But where is the Super Bowl this year?
I'm not even sure.
No. Not in Green Bay. I tell you that. They don't want it there. Okay. We like hockey.
We do. Hockey's a fun sport.
Yeah.
You should get into it if you're not.
I've never had a time where I took a friend to a hockey game who was already a sports fan and then come away not having a good time. That's fun. You get to hit people, big saves, chuck some nucks, score some goals. Ton of fun.
The environment's really good.
Yeah, the environment is good.
So.
That's quality stuff. All right, well, might as well share more personal stuff. Me, I'm from Orange County, so I'm an Anaheim Ducks fan.
Yeah. My dad's from Chicago, and the Thrashers left Atlanta, so I'm a Blackhawks fan.
Go
so.
Thrashers.
Go Thrashers,
What a great
baby.
team. Well, speaking of the Thrashers, though, they're relocating to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And that's my team coming out of the West this year. My way too early prediction, Winnipeg Jets are going to the Stanley Cup. And out of the East, I think we agree on this one.
We do agree.
You going
Tampa Bay Lightning. They're
good. I mean, their
good.
offense is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. I mean, between Stamkos and Kucherov alone is enough. All the way down to people like JT Mill. It's just full.
Stacked.
Full 4 lines.
So no one's gonna stop them, at least from our. But you expect them to choke, right? In the cup.
I'm saying Jets win the cup. City of Winnipeg, if you don't know where that is, it's literally like in the southern border, right in the middle of nowhere, Canada. There's nothing to do. Probably be a lot of stories like Jets win cup, drunk Canadian rides a moose.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going up there.
Just a little bit like Canadian Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So
NBA wise, I don't know much about the NBA. Alexander does. He's a big
Here-
fan.
NBA, the Warriors are gonna win it all this year. It doesn't even matter.
Bold pick. Right there.
It's just I know.
Hey, at least it won't be Cavs Warriors.
That is true. There will
no
be
LeBron. They're trash.
Yeah.
They're done.
There's a different team coming out of the East, but the Warriors are too good and too stacked and have too much chemistry to not win. So
Quick piece on MLS. That's Major League Soccer. We do have a soccer league in the United States.
we do.
My team's LAFC. Their brand new inaugural season, and they just got canned to the last seed. So I'm thrilled about that too.
Hey,
Your team's doing much
it's a
better.
good, yeah. It was a good opening season. I mean, we lost the
Yeah,
game.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah. But all my Atlanta United fans out there, we had a big win today at NYFC, and then we're going to come back and play them next week at the Bins. So huge time. Atlanta looking to get some trophies because we are terrible at that, as learned with the Falcons and the Hawks and everything else since 1995. So let's go Atlanta.
World Series wrapped up the other week.
Yeah. Are you missing baseball yet?
I will soon. Not right now. The Angels were disappointing, and the World Series was disappointing to me. Last year's was great.
Last year's was a lot of fun.
Last year's was lit. I mean,
Especially with Houston, going through that crisis, going through the hurricane and then coming out. And
See,
winning.
this year was about the rich getting richer.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a city, Boston, where your NHL and NBA team are trashed on because they've only won one title in the last decade or whatever, you're spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the Patriots and now the Red Sox too. The Red Sox, they've won a bunch. I think 04, 07.
Yeah,
I think 04, 07, 13, and then of course just so they win all the time.
Yeah. So
Fox, I'm sure, is upset because their ratings went down.
yeah,
They've been decreasingly going down. I mean, Boston, LA market, 2 huge historical teams. You'd think would draw a lot.
you would think, but no.
Baseball is just not America's sport anymore, and the following it has is committed, but you're not getting any new fans with pitch clocks and stuff like that. Why do you think baseball is being watched less?
I think it has to do a lot with pitching. I didn't like baseball that much because it was so slow.
Right.
But now that I'm able to pay attention to things like how pitchers throw and how they, play on psychology and things like that, I've been a lot more invested in it. But a lot of people don't want to take their time to do that, and it seems boring, and the games last 3 hours plus more than that, perhaps. There's a lot of reasons.
MLB needs a cap.
They do need a cap. Make it
Get a
something
cap.
competitive. Yeah.
Because the Dodgers haven't bought one. The Yankees did forever. The Dodgers still can't buy a World Series.
Yeah.
I think it's just too many pitching changes, and there's so many more things to do now.
Yeah.
I mean, just in the LA market that night, you had a game at Dodger Stadium. I can't even name how many things there was to do that night. Too many things to do.
Oh.
They're rich. Baseball teams are rich. There's no cap. And speaking of rich, the lottery's finally over.
Finally.
So.
You can stop wasting your money now.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't lie to yourselves. That's a tax on the poor.
It is.
Stop buying the
Yeah.
lottery tickets. I watched this funny video the other day. They were talking about how much they promote the lottery and stuff at like gas stations and whatnot, 7-Elevens. They purposely do it in poor neighborhoods. They're straight like, there's no way for you to get out of poverty, but if you buy this ticket.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Who won? I don't know.
I thought it was someone from South Carolina.
Wow.
I don't know.
Hey,
Don't reveal
I got some
yourself.
student loans. Oh, man.
Or that.
Hey, but good news. Good news.
Good news.
Lot of
Finally.
negative things.
Yeah.
We're good at smashing on stuff. We get some good news around here. All the way back in California, where I'm from, in Orange County, there was a story of a woman who had a brain aneurysm, and her husband had a donut shop. Are you a donut fan?
I love donuts.
What's
Krispy
your favorite
Kreme
donut?
all day. Krispy Kreme.
Oh, side story here on Krispy Kreme. They had a thing where if you dressed up on Halloween, you could get a free donut. So we were wearing our costumes. We go in there to Krispy Kreme, and we all just want the traditional glaze. We waited like 10 minutes. These things, I know for sure. This was a reheated Krispy Kreme donut. I've reheated Krispy Kreme donuts before. This was reheated. This was not fresh.
Tragic.
I could have got like a Boston cream or something. You know what? I hate Boston. They won the world. We were just talking about that. Anyway, the good story. She had an aneurysm. She was in severe care or severe situation, needing lots of care. And they had a donut store. And people in the community decided that they would go down there and buy up all the donuts in the early morning so the husband could go be with his wife as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So there you go. Nice people.
It's great. Yeah.
Nice
Good to see
people.
community helping out each other.
California doing something great for once.
Finally.
How do you like that? Some
Yeah.
people. Nice to have good news. And news in the world. Make sure you guys go out and vote.
Yep.
Go out and vote. I mean, a lot of people have worked hard and literally given up everything so you can have rights such as these.
Yeah. Go for it.
Do your
Even if-
research. Don't just walk.
Absolutely. That's
Please don't just walk in there and be like, eat. Yeah, okay.
The last thing we need is more ignorant people voting.
No.
So
We don't
know your
that.
stuff.
So here on Sound Off, we want to be really connected with you guys who've actually sit here and listened, or maybe skip to the end. What's
Maybe.
up? You missed a lot of fun stuff. If you did. We want to hear from you guys, right, Alexander?
Absolutely. If you have any questions about any subjects that we talked about, or
Literally
subjects-
anything.
Literally anything. Any subject we haven't talked about, we want to talk about it. Leave a comment. You can subscribe. We're going to try to bring a show every week, and we just want to have a lot of fun, and we just want to, connect with you and have a lot of fun. So
Reach out to us. We'll debate. We'll talk about literally any movie, sporting event, or whatever else you can think of. Questions. Ask me what my favorite sandwich is. By the way, it's a grilled cheese
he knows. So
with tomato soup. It's terrific,
it's pretty great.
but I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomatoes on a sandwich are not good.
That is true. Yeah,
Not good. So
Only in
don't
sauce.
put tomatoes on your sandwich.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you for listening. I've been Alexander, and I've been with my co-host Caleb.
Don't put tomatoes on your sandwich.
Don't put tomatoes on your sandwich. Have a good week. This has been the Sound Off.